Hello and welcome to Mr. Pythagoras Science. So in this video today we are going to be covering empirical formula. So this is a calculation which is required for, I believe, double science and triple science across all boards for GCSE. So it's very important. So it's also, fortunately, very simple. We're going to get into this. So the first thing we have to understand before we can start doing the actual calculations themselves is the term relative atomic mass. So as you can see here, we have a hydrogen, as it would appear on the periodic table. And there are two numbers, either side of the H, one on top, one below. So the one that says 1.008 is what we refer to as the mass number. So this refers to the total number of protons and neutrons in the nucleus. We don't need to know that at this stage. We will come back to that later, and it's useful to know. So always remember the bottom number of your symbol. It will say on your periodic table mass number or relative atomic mass. It will indicate it. But if you haven't got that, remember on every periodic table, the bottom number is the relative atomic mass number. Again, as you can see here with carbon, 12.011. Now at GCSE, you only need to be able to round it to the nearest whole number, apart from chlorine, which is 35.5, which is a little exception to that rule, but generally accept it's to the nearest whole number. So now we're going to show you how to do an empirical formula calculation. So your question will look something like this. 10 grams of calcium reacts with 17.8 grams of chlorine. Calculate the empirical formula. So simply all you need to do is know the grams, or mass in grams, and divide it by the relative atomic mass. So for calcium, 10 grams divided by 40, because the relative atomic mass of calcium is 40, which equals 0.25, and chlorine, it is 17.8 grams divided by 35.5, which would equal 0.5. Then simply what we do then to find the ratio is divide both numbers by the smallest number. So the smallest number by the smallest number will always equal 1. So you can see here 0.25 over 0.25 equals 1. And then 0.5 over 0.25 equals 2. So then we have our ratio. So calcium to chlorine is 1 to 2, which means the empirical formula will be CaCl2. Again, if we look at the second example I've got for you here, we have lithium and hydrogen. So possibly a bit more complicated, but I'll explain it. So hydrogen, we have 6 grams of hydrogen and 7 grams of lithium. So again, looking at the relative atomic mass of lithium is 7 and of hydrogen is 1. So for hydrogen, mass over relative atomic mass is 6 over 1 equals 6 this time, so a larger number. And then lithium, 7 grams, and the relative atomic mass is 7, so this will equal 1. Again, now we have to find the ratio, so we divide it by the smallest number, which is obviously lithium's number, which is 1. So 1 over 1 for lithium is obviously 1, and 6 over 1 for hydrogen is obviously 6. So therefore we have a ratio of 6 to 1. The empirical formula should be H6Li. Can put a 1, but no need to do that. So I hope this has been helpful. This is quite a simple calculation, but it's a very important one. It's very likely to come up, and I will see you in the next video.